I want to thank you guys for coming out to the call tonight. This is my weekly Here to Help You webinar. I think everybody's on this call has been to these before, but for the people that were watching through replay, the new people that come on my list that may watch it for the replay for the first time, I do these calls every Monday night at 8 o'clock, providing that something doesn't happen. I can't make it, bad weather, whatever, something tied up my schedule or whatever. And I come on here and do some sort of presentation, or sometimes do a demo. Sometimes we have a guest. But generally, you just come on here to just do some sort of training for you guys, and then question and answer session. There's hardly ever anything for sale on these calls. Occasionally, you might hear me mention a product that's coming out this week, that whether it might be my own or somebody else's. But it's not that, I'm here to try to sell you on anything. It's just I want to make you aware of it. Like I said, I do these calls once a week for you guys, just hopefully to give you a chance to learn a little something that you can use in your online business some way. That if you have questions, I answer those that I got in the replay forms from the previous week and emails. And then if you have any live questions on the call, I'll try to answer those as well. So tonight, I actually had a presentation training for you guys scheduled, but over the weekend, I was playing around on Facebook. Something, I try to avoid doing, playing around on Facebook, and happened across a group where people post products that are for sale that they're launching or whatever. And I saw a link for a video brander program that, I hadn't heard of before. You don't hear much about video branding, mainly because only the people that would use it are people that are into video marketing and offline video marketing for local businesses, about the only ones that use video branders. So I went and checked it out, and it's a really, really nice program, and it's really dirt cheap right now because the people aren't advertising it, so people haven't jumped on the bandwagon to promote it everywhere. So you probably haven't heard of it, or if you have heard of it, maybe you didn't pay any attention to it. But, considering it was a really cheap program, and, I could always use a video brander. Video is a big part of my online marketing. So, anything that works with videos that will, enhance them or make it quicker, easier to use or whatever, is always welcome in my tool set. So I picked it up since it was so cheap, just to see if it is as good as what they claimed on their sales page. And it turns out the program is just super nice. And especially if you're into video marketing in the offline world, if you're wanting to, get local businesses to do video marketing for, this is a perfect program, and that's actually what it was designed for. So I thought I would come on here and demo this program for you guys tonight. Now, hopefully we won't have any problems with the demo, and I'm going to go through what the software actually does, and then I'm going to actually play a video from the finished product that I created with it, so you can see what kind of videos it creates, what it does as far as branding a video. And then I'm going to go through the sales funnel and tell you what to expect should you decide to buy it. Now, I don't have an affiliate link for this, so I'm not. When I give you guys the URL to this later, it's going to be straight to the website. I don't, I'm not pushing this product at all. It's just something that I discovered over the weekend, and since it was so low cost and seemed like something I could probably use, I decided to give it a shot and found out it's a really nice program. So I thought I would show it to you guys tonight in lieu of doing the presentation that I had planned. So with that said, let me get the screen sharing up so you guys can see it.
Okay, so let's just take a quick look at ProjectX Standard Edition and see how it'll work for you. When you open up the interface under the single video, you get presented with this screen here. What we're going to do is we're going to select one of the video files that we wish to brand. Okay, so I selected a video. I am going to hit the refresh here quickly to see what we have so far. What ProjectX is going to do is going to just create a really quick snapshot of where we're at. We haven't put a logo in yet, nor have we put any call to action or top heading here. For the top heading, I'm going to change that to I'm going to put it very specific to a location here in a city close to where I am. We have in Calgary, we have northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, and people will put that in. So I want to make my video very specific to a particular area. And I'm going to use the Robotica here. I'm going to drop down the top margin here a little bit. I'm going to make it bold and italic. I'm just going to do a quick refresh here to see how it looks. And you can see things are coming along here, so I'm going to increase the font size up to 90 pixels. And I'm going to drop the top font down a little bit here. Okay, next I'm going to select a logo here. I'm going to refresh the image now that I have a logo. Okay, and I like to have that logo sitting down in the bottom left-hand corner, so I'm just going to push it down here, and I'm going to shift it over just a little bit here. So I'm going to push it down to 800 pixels here. Oops, wrong place here. And refresh the image. Basically what it's doing is it's every time you refresh the image, it's actually going into the video, grabbing a snapshot about 10-15 seconds in, and presenting us with the information how it will look in the video. Okay, so that's actually looking pretty good. So the last thing I want to do is I want to move with this call to action down to the bottom right hand corner. So I'm going to also create a call to action. Call today 1-800 the pipe. Or actually, let's say we have fixed pipe as a phone number. I'm going to center it to the right. I'm going to drop it down to 800 here. I want to make it the same font, the Robotica. I like the bold italic, and I'm going to tell it to make it ivory. So let's see what that does here. Okay, so we're getting very close. So let's just drop this down a little bit further. So I want to put it, now it does say left margin, but the idea is it moves it over. When you've right justified your text, it'll move it over left, and if it's left justified, it'll move it over to the left or to the right. So we're going to move that over by 40 pixels, and we're going to drop this down to and I'm going to increase the font size a little bit here, 80, refresh image. Okay, again, we're getting very close here. We're going to just drop this down to 1,000, and we are going to increase the size a little bit more. We're going to go to 100 pixels here. As you can see, it's actually quite fun to play with here. You can get exactly what you want very, very quickly. Oh, a little too far now. Okay, I think I'm going to use the dark font here just to match the dark font here, but I'm going to just take it off color just by a shade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for dark color but off a shade. Let's say dark gray. Let's see if that gives us enough contrast with the blue, but also contrast with the logo a little bit. Okay, it's not enough contrast yet with the blue. Maybe a real strong call to action by making it red. Once again, we can play with it. We have red in our logo, so we can make it, see if it makes it stand out a little bit here. Oh, that's wonderful. I like that. Okay, so there we go. And that is Project X Standard Edition. Very quickly, we can create a video as well as a thumbnail that we can use to post within YouTube or any other service, video service we want to, quickly and easy. Thanks a lot, guys.
But basically what it does is you load a video into it, and the video you can write up on the header of the video and then down on the footer of it, and you can include a logo into it and then a call to action. And I've actually got one here that I can play for you guys. This is one I created with it.
If you are looking for a professional pest control service, you have come to the right place. Our technicians are the best in the industry and are required to undergo continual on-the-job training to keep up to date with the latest in pest control. We are the top local pest control service and have extensive knowledge on all pests from roaches to rodents. We handle everything. Give us a call today and let us help you become pest-free.
Okay, so as you can see on the video here, you can, this video that I was going to load and show you guys how this works, it comes with this header up here is blank, and then the footer down here is blank, and you can add this stuff right here to it. You can add a header information to it, then you can add a call to action on it, and then like I said, you can add also a button in here to actually that will make it clickable over on YouTube. Once you've uploaded it to YouTube, you can make it clickable, and they show you how to do that. You can also up here in the corner, well, actually you can put the logo in there, but you can put a logo right here in the corner as well for the company that you might be doing this for. Now, it could be your own branding logo that you put in this, but you got 3 different things you can do with it. You can, like I said, you can change the header, and you can change this footer down here, the call to action. Then you can make this over here a section that can be a clickable button over on YouTube once you've uploaded it to there. And then, like I said, you can add a watermark logo on this. Now, I found another use outside of using it for this is you can actually take PLR videos that you have and brand them with your website or whatever call to action you want on those videos. And again, once they're over on YouTube, you can make that call to action clickable over on YouTube. But hopefully you got the idea here that you can take a video and then you can watermark brands on the header and the footer, and then put a call to action. And then once you've got it uploaded to YouTube, you can make that call to action clickable. And also, like I said, you can also put a logo on it if you wanted to brand your logo on a video set of videos. Now, with, like I said, we all have access to PLR videos that come out, on a monthly basis, usually twice a month. There's some sort of PLR set of videos that comes out that you could actually put your company brand logo on those videos before you upload them. And you could even, if you're wanting to sell the videos, you could even brand it with demo across it so people could see, a complete video, but it would be branded with demo so nobody could, steal the video. Because you can, as you guys know, you can download videos from YouTube and use them any way you want once you've used them, a downloader, to get them to your own computer. So that would stop that, if you're selling videos that as PLR rebrandable. So it's a Windows-based program. It's not software as a service. It's a Windows-based program, and it's real. Like I said, it's really cheap. Jimmy's asking demo or watermark exactly what I was needing. Yeah, that's exactly what it was for, is to watermark videos, but you can also use it for video marketing to local businesses. Now let's go back into the screen share again here. Okay, so let's go copy this link while I'm here so I can post this to you guys. This is the sales page. Like I said, the program's only $9. So, it's well worth the $9. It comes with 4 videos that you can use with it already. They call it a starter pack. It's in the HVAC and plumber, locksmith, and pest control. The pest control was the one I was trying to demonstrate tonight. But here on this page, they actually have a demo video that shows you exactly how it works and what all you can do with it. I think it's this video right here that shows the demo of how to use the program. Different examples of videos they've created with it. Now, after you make that $9 purchase, you're automatically sent to an upsell, which is what most people do anymore. They have a sales funnel set up with upsells, and they have a trades pack, they call it. And in it comes with 5 more different trades that you can get. and I believe the cost one is like $47 or something like that. Let's scroll down here at the bottom, we'll see. Yeah, $47 for 5 more videos is what you get with that. And then they have a third, and this is the final upsell, and this is for the pro version of the software. And what, like I said, what the pro is you can create, different set of headers, like 3 different headers, and then 3 different footers, and it would create a random set of videos from the pool of header and footer lines that I inserted. So I could tell it I wanted it to create 10 videos, and it would mix those up and create 10 different videos from that set of headers and footers that I put into it. Now, the standard version, which is the one I bought, only creates 1 video at a time. So if I wanted to create 10 videos, I'd have to go in there and, change that 10 different times and render 10 different videos. The Pro does it for you automatic. And of course, they have a demo video that shows you what it does here. And if I scroll down here at the bottom, I believe this upsell, yeah, $67 for if you wanted to get the Pro version. So depending on what your needs are, whether you would actually need to create multiple videos, whether you need them or not. Like I said myself, I just got this starter version, which is just $9 and comes with those 4 videos because I wanted to experiment with this program and see what else you could do with it besides what they're showing you can do with it. And you can see right up here on this one where they actually have the logo on it. That shows them putting a logo down here in the bottom left corner, but you can put that logo anywhere you want. You could put it in the center of the video if you want. You can adjust any of this. Shows up here on this one. They're showing they put the logo over here in the bottom right corner. So you got a lot of suggesting where you want this header and footer and this logo end up in the video. Now the other thing the program does is it will create a true HD format thumbnail that you can use as the thumbnail image over on YouTube. Because as you guys know, when you upload a video to YouTube now, what YouTube does is they scan the first few seconds of the video, make a screenshot. Somewhere near the middle of the video, they make another screenshot, and somewhere towards the end of the video, they do a third screenshot. And sometimes those, screenshots are okay, but then sometimes they catch a point in the video that's, not a good spot, or, there's a lot of action going on, so it's blurred or whatever. But with this program, you can actually create, a really good thumbnail that actually has all of your call to action on the thumbnail. So when it shows up, if you're doing video SEO and want it to rank in the search engine listings, that thumbnail will stand out and it will have all the info that you want as far as, the call to action and everything right there on that thumbnail, as opposed to letting YouTube pick a random one and open for the best with it. So that's another use for it too, is to create thumbnails that you can make, draw attention to your video and your search engine listings. Let me give you guys a link to this. Like I said, this is not an affiliate link. Seeing the call to action only works when it's uploaded to YouTube. Yeah, you create the placeholder where you want the call to action to be, but then you have to actually, after you get it uploaded to YouTube, you go into the editor in YouTube and set where you want the clickable points to be, because that's all controlled by YouTube, what's clickable inside of a video. But you set the placeholder where you want the call to action to be in this program first, so that when you go into YouTube, all you do is just draw the box and set whatever action is when somebody clicks it, whether it be, send an email, do a like to the video, go to a web URL, whatever it might be, the call to action you're wanting. All you have to do is just draw the box around that area that you've already designated the call to action area, and select from YouTube to do what you want when they click it. Another question I've got to wrestle, I actually use this. Well, Roy, this is one of those programs that, if you do video marketing, something like this comes in handy. If you use video, PLR video for anything at all, something like this comes in handy. I wouldn't invest in the full boat, all of the upsells, unless you know you are going to do something with it. If you know you're just going to use it occasionally for PLR videos, to brand videos, make demo videos or something like that, it's probably just worth it just to get the $9 version and stick with that. But if you see you are going to do a lot of video marketing, or if you are wanting to go into offline video marketing SEO, then it might be worth it, to get some of those upgrades. But in general, if you invest with video at all, for $9, is you can't go wrong with a utility like this. But I wouldn't advise investing in the full thing unless you know you are going to use it. I would get just the $9 version if you just figure you're going to use it occasionally. So you got the starter pack, which is $9. Then you got their 5 more different videos they give you to use with the software. I think it was 4. Then you got the pro version, which lets you use one session without having to create them one at a time. That's the whole sales funnel for that thing. Like I said, that I was just browsing around through some of the sales groups over on Facebook and just discovered that program. I've not seen anybody advertising it, and I'm sure once a few people get wind of this, they're going to start advertising it, and then I'd say they'll raise the price on it. So right now at $9, it's a steal, guys, for that. So if you do any kind of video at all, it's something that you will use eventually for something. I'm sure for $9 you can't go wrong with something like that. Kill the screen share. We don't need to screen share no more. Any questions on that software before we move? Like I said, I only got 2 questions this week. It's been kind of a slow week for questions. Okay, all right, so let's get these 2 questions in. I guess we'll call it a night then. The first question I got said, thanks for the training last week on how to spot and avoid blind copy sales pitches. What would you say is the best ways to spot a scam? Before I answer this question, that training I did last week stirred up a lot of controversy. A couple of the Facebook groups I belong to, people commented on it, and then I got a couple of really nasty emails about it too. And they were from people that wanted to argue the point of how blind sales copy should be used in sales pages and that kind of thing. And the best thing I can say to the people that are wanting to oppose my view of blind sales copy is everybody has their own opinions. If you feel like you need to use blind sales copy to sell your products, well then that's what you should do if that's the way you feel about it. Personally, I don't like it. I think it's a rip-off and a scam to do that to people, to not tell them what they're getting and mislead them through the sales process before they finally find out what they've bought. But that's my opinion. And you know what they say about opinions. Everybody has one. They all stink. But anyway, to answer this question, what would be the best ways to spot a scam? There's actually several different things you can look at to help spot a scam right off the bat before you get involved in one. First thing is it too good to be true? If the sales page, the webinar, the video, whatever it is might be, it's trying to sell you onto the product or service. If it just seems too good to be true, that you need to stop and think about it, whether you're actually getting into something that somebody's just out to try to sell something that's just false and not going to perform at all. The second clue is the payment processors they're using. If they're using payment processors that are out of the norm, in other words, they're not using PayPal, they're not using any of the normal affiliate networks like Warriors Plus, JVZoo, or ClickBank, or Payza, or PaySpree, or any of the other reputable affiliate networks. If we're using something other than one of those, then that should be a good clue right there that there's a possibility of it being a scam. And especially if they're asking for you to transfer any kind of money, if you do any kind of wire transfers, that's a red flag right off the bat. The third thing is you can go to ripoffreport.com and scam.com and search for the program or product name, and if you know the owner or the vendor, search for their name and see what people have reported on them. That's another great way to spot a scam before you get involved in one. And then the fourth thing you can do is, and this one's kind of tough and it's aggravating sometimes, dig deep into searching for real reviews. And it's getting harder and harder to find real reviews on any kind of product or service now because you have so many people that want to be an affiliate for something. That's the only way they know to market is, put the word scam or uh, rip off or whatever on their keywords and try to get, search engine listings like that. So it's getting harder and harder to find real reviews. But usually if you dig down into the search results, go past the first 3 pages of results, you'll usually start getting into, real reviews that people have done on something that, might be questionable, where somebody's actually posted, their results that they got from being involved with it. So, you know, dig, past the first couple of pages. First couple of pages are usually people trying to sell the product or trying to make a good product look bad to sell another product. Anybody's had any dealings with wealthy affiliate, that's one of the tactics they use, all the wealthy affiliate members, is to post how anything other than wealthy affiliate is a scam, because they'll talk about any program or product or whatever it might be about how bad it is, but then they have the real solution, which is wealthy affiliate. I don't agree with that, but that's, you see a lot of that. All of the wealthy affiliate members are trained to do that. So it's kind of hard, like I said, to find real reviews, but if you dig past the first couple of pages and keep looking, you will find somebody that has posted a real review that, will tell you what you're getting involved with. Now, also on this, um, I don't know that this person actually was scammed or not. They didn't say whether they'd been scammed. But a lot of times people will call something a scam, and it's not really a scam. It's just maybe they didn't get the results that they were expecting from it, or, it involved more work than they thought they were going to have to, so they didn't see any results at all because they didn't take it to the level it needed to be for it to start showing results. So they say they got scammed when in reality it's just they didn't follow through with what they'd purchased to actually get it to do whatever it was supposed to do for them. Now you'll see a lot of people claim that that they were scammed and ripped off, and if you really get to investigating in it, that they put forth no effort at all, was expecting it to be something that would just work its magic all on its own. And as we all know, that very rarely ever happens. Something works all on its own for us, and we don't have to put any effort towards it. Everything has to have a kickstart at least, but most things have to be nurtured and you know cajoled along to get them to actually do what they're supposed to do and start working for us. I've not seen anything that you just have to plug it up and turn it on and it just sits there and spits out results for you. I've never seen anything that does that. So a lot of times you have to kind of look at it like that people are saying something is a scam, it maybe they even didn't give it any effort at all. And I've got a real life example that happened to me on something like this, and this can pertain to a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Um, I once took a class on doing real estate, and then the people that were in the room, they were all wanting to be real estate agents, and I was wanting to learn about real estate, and the opinion I got from the class was that real estate agents are tricky and deceptive and can trick you into buying property that may not be what it claims to be. But then the the guy that's right next to me, what he got out of the class was how to be a better real estate agent and how to make sales better with the property that you're given to sell, even though it might not be perfect property to sell, or um, I don't know what the common real estate terms are anymore. I mean, this is years ago. So the example would be that here I'm in this class and this other guy's in this class, and we got two different perceptions of what the guy was teaching us. I got from it that real estate agents are deceptive. He got from it the tactics for being able to sell real estate that's not up to the value that people thinks it should be. So, that's a real world example of how I considered that class to be a scam, but then he considered it to be, a good training for being a real estate agent. Girl says, "What now? Do you tell me there's no magic that get rich quick push button?" No, there's not. The ClickBank made them delete all those quick uh, get rich quick buttons. Once ClickBank made them delete all those buttons, there's no more in existence now. Second question. This is the last question I got. Is I can't seem to make any headway in offline marketing for local business. What did you do to get started? Um, Working with local area businesses, and it doesn't even have to be local area business. It could be, it could be that you're trying to do marketing for businesses that are not in your local area. But what I have found with trying to work with small businesses is that they really need to be shown the value of what you're going to do for them before you actually try to sell it to them. In other words, they're being hit every single day through email and through phone calls, through letters, and even at the meetup events that they go to, people tell them, the things that they can do for them and how much more clients and money they could be making if they were to go with somebody's service or product. And, they kind of get tone deaf or turn them, a deaf ear to all of that because, they hear so much of it. What I found works best for me and what's worked for me in the past, and it's what I still continue to do when I do offline marketing, is to go up to a business knowing automatically what you're going to try to sell them on eventually, but trying to offer them something to help them that you're not even going to charge them for it, and you're not even going to try to sell them anything. Just offer to help them to achieve something first. In other words, show them that you can do something for them before you ever try to sell them anything. So you need to pick something depending on what you're trying to sell to small businesses, something that's sort of related to what you're trying to sell that you can do for them at no cost, just to show them that you can do something for them, and offer to do it for them for free. Don't tell them you won't, you're going to do this for free if they'll take this, or let me do this for free so you can see I can do this. Just offer to do something for them up front without ever asking them to purchase anything. That works wonders in getting that trust with somebody, because like I said, they're bombarded every single day with emails and phone calls, and over on social media they're constantly getting PMs and posts over on their fan pages and in their groups, people trying to sell them something. So to stand out from that crowd, you need to show them that you're wanting to help them in some way, and not even trying to sell them anything up front. You're just wanting to try to help them in some way, and it kind of turns that law of reciprocity back. You do something for them, and they feel like they're sort of obligated to do something for you, even if it's just listening to what you have to say. Maybe not actually do anything, but they just feel like maybe they should listen to you, since you actually prove to them that you are willing to help them. That seems to work the best. Now, getting the initial contact with businesses is the tough part, especially if you're not wanting to market to your local area. Uh, in that case, it winds up being making a phone call, calling lots of people, just trying to get people on the phone to get a conversation started with them. Cold email marketing, you know, 80% of the emails will never get answered. A good majority of the emails that do get answered will be, negative and complaints of some sort about how did you get my email. I get tired of hearing things like this. That kind of response is what you get with cold email marketing. Very few cold email marketing responses will be positive. So, if you're working in your local area, the best thing to do is get out with the business people where they're at. Get out and network with them some at the chamber events, meetups, and that type of thing, in a little uh, small network chapters. The little small network meetings that they have. That's the best way to get started in your local area. And like I said, the best thing to do, like I said, is when you first determine if there's a local business you want to work with, try to figure out something you can do for that prospect, just to get their attention, to show them that there is something that you can do to help them, even if it's not something directly related to what you're trying to sell, just something similar to it, just to just get their attention, showing them that you want to help them in some way. That's all you have to do, really, is just get their attention. And like I said, that law of reciprocity will kick in, and they will feel like they at least have to listen to you. And if you can get them to listen to you after you already done something for them, then you got a really good chance of them becoming a client. So that would be my best advice for somebody wanting to get started. And that's what I did. I would go out to the local meetings, and I would just find something that I could do for somebody. Show them how to design a business card, a better looking business card. Show them uh, how to get better results with their flyers, or show them a better tagline they could use on their business card. Something, just any little small thing like that. That's all it takes. Just something to grab their attention, to show them that you want to do something for them without even asking them to listen to something you're trying to sell them. Or it says, are you better off to offer an offline business your freebie as a customer? Um, it depends on what you're wanting to offer as a freebie. Now, one approach I took with getting offline clients, and it wasn't, I mean, it worked okay, it wasn't really effective, was actually doing something for them for free. And most of the time, what I would get, I'd say about 50% of the time, the prospective client that would say, well, I know you're doing this for free, but there's nothing for free. There's something you're going to try to sell me at the end. So, it was obvious, depending on what you're wanting to do for them for free, that it's something, they know they'd have to pay for, that, that there's something you're going to want in return for doing that free thing. So, it is effective, but you do have people still yet with their guard up, because they know that you're doing something for free, you're going to expect something in return, because especially if you're doing something that they've been having to pay for. If you're offering to do something for them for free that they've been having to pay for, they know that there's something you're going to want in return for doing that. So that's why you're better off to look for something, little small things that they normally wouldn't even think of as being a problem, or something they hadn't thought of as might be more efficient or helpful for them. Just something to draw their attention, to show them that hey, you're thinking about their business, something that would help them, instead of offering them to do something for them for free just to prove to them that you can do it, because they know you're going to want something in return for doing that something for free that they would normally have to pay for. But it does work. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work and not to do it. It's just that half of the people, or maybe even a little more, know that you're going to be asking them to purchase something once you do whatever it is for free that they normally would have had to buy. But it does work. I mean, that's not a bad tactic to use, to actually go out and offer free samples of your services. It definitely does work. It's just that you got to realize people do know there's never anything really totally for free, that there's always a cost somewhere involved, and for some people, they knowing that they're still going to have their guard up even though you're doing something for them for free. You guys don't have any other questions? I guess we'll call tonight. Thanks for coming. Send me emails or post over in the Facebook group if you need any help for anything or have any questions for next week.